What's going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today welcome to another news roundup video where we're gonna be going over the news for both global and JP in terms of the Dokkan news and everything like that. And real quickly to announce the winner of the little event that I had that was only exclusive to JP, but this week will be exclusive to global only. So global viewers, get ready in just 1 second. The winner for both of the Gogeta and the Vegito LR events, funny enough, was Ningen over on Discord. Congrats, man. You had the best times out of everyone for those 2 rounds, so I guess you're the winner this week. So this week's little event thing will be going exclusively to global, though, because I want them to have their spotlight right now, and that is going to be taking on the Super Vegito events. Send me your clips, send me your, oh, not your clips, I guess. Send me your pictures of your best time when it comes to taking down this event. First, let's go the first top 2 players. Let's go the top 2 players, okay? Let's see who can take it down the fastest, whether it's with Fierce Battle or without Fierce Battle. Let me know down in the comments in my Discord as always, and make sure you send those pictures. Link to my Discord in the description below. Good luck to everyone. Now, let's get on with the video. What's going on, everyone? And today we need to start talking really quickly about all the news that came out this week, because it actually was a pretty dry week for the most part, but then once the weekend hit, we got a lot of updated information. So some of this will also be covered next week maybe, or in some of my videos where I'm going to go over more details and some of the stuff. But again, I'm just going to go over the gist of the news that came out and just kind of give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it. First off, coming out from Global, you have your Lunar New Year's celebration thing going on right now, or part 2, I guess, technically. Lots of stuff coming out for you. First off is Super Physical Vegito. Dude is a beast. If you have the chance for it, go for him. The banner is just like JP, though, and I would honestly say that if you need to save, I would save. The banner is okay. Physical Vegito, obviously a beast. SSJ3 Physical Gotenks, a beast as well. Everyone else on that banner, not so much. I guess Kid Buu would also be really good, especially if you're trying to do Super Battle Road or something like that. But I don't know. Overall, I'd wait. But personally, I think there are better banners when it comes to getting that Vegito. And this is weird for a guy who is a huge Vegito fanboy to say this, but I would definitely say if you can get the stones, by all means, go ahead and try to summon for him. But if you have to save your stones, I would honestly say skip this banner. So, and I also know there's some other banners, like there's going to be the Majin Buu category banner. Skip that altogether. There's probably going to be a Universe Survival banner, I think, that I even saw in the news for Global. Skip that as well. There's no point. Even if it's guaranteed SSR, there's really no point. Don't try chasing the LRs on there because the rates are terrible for those guys. Again, so if you need to save your stones, by all means, but I say Super Physical Vegito is the best one out of all those guys right there. Next, after that, is obviously going to be that you guys are getting Super Battle Road this upcoming week. I did a video on how to make teams for super type teams, so strength, agility, and so on. So that video is going to be at the end where you can see the videos and everything like that. Make sure you check that out. I try to cover as much as I possibly can. One question that a lot of people were always asking is about that SSJ2 Vegeta Bulma card that Global got exclusively right now. The only thing I'm going to say about that card is just because he gets 100% in the defense, you need some orbs invested into him, because if you don't, I guarantee you that guy is still going to take 30 to 40k sometimes just because he has 100% defense. Yes, he will counter attacks, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to help you if you're still taking 40k and you don't have much HP. So just keep that in mind. If you have him rainbowed by all chance and then you bring in a support unit, which also gives defensive boost, then that will actually probably be really well and he'll be probably just fine. But I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of global players are kind of underestimating what Super Battle Road's going to do. And you know what? I kind of think that's okay. You gotta learn what happens when you enter that game mode. So we did it here on JP. It's time for you guys over on Global to do so well. I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck. My Extreme Team 1 will be out within the next day or so, hopefully. Extreme's a little interesting because a lot of Extreme you really won't be able to beat until probably a few more cards come out, because it makes it 10 times easier. And unless you have like everything rainbowed now, including all the LRs, I would say definitely wait on the Extreme a little bit. But again, that video will be out here and no problem. So just go ahead and keep tight for that one, and hopefully you'll be able to take on at least one of the Super Battle Roads, and you can at least get one of the LR Gohan. So that'll be pretty nice. So, last in the little bit of global news, it seems that Global is finally bringing the last of the Batara medals to give you guys LR Vegito Blue. Yes, it even says in the little news thing and everything like that, LR Vegito Blue is coming. Now, there was one big update to this guy that a lot of people were actually kind of surprised about, is the fact that he doesn't actually have over in a flash, which we all thought he would have because he's Vegeta Blue. All Vegeta Blues have over in a flash. This guy actually has prepare for battle and not over in a flash. So it's really interesting. Physical has both those links. The tech one only has over in a flash, and the strength one, the free-to-play one, has a prepare for battle. So that's kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to run him on a Patara Earring team because that mainly consists of prepare for battle units, aside from somebody maybe like your Tech Vegeta Blue. Now, I believe the calculations have still been done that if your Tech Vegeta Blue has at least 1 or 2 dupes into him, he is technically better damage-wise, but again, link-wise, the STR one might be better. And, you know, obviously he'll be Rainbow because he's totally in-game. Now, one thing I will do a separate video on is the fact that in order to get some of those medals, it looks like you have to bring guys with Fierce Battle. So, this means that it is not doable with all in-game cards, which I think was kind of already seen, as some of them were requiring links that maybe, you know, you didn't have, or certain categories maybe, depending on what depending on what the mission was and everything like that. But one of the missions was something like, you know, bring an AGL unit with Fierce Battle and everything. Now, I will say this, and again, I'm going to cover this in a different video real quick. I will say that if you have someone like the SR, like Janemba, you know, that goes into the SSR, and all those little SRs that we always Baba shop and everything like that, if you have kept any of those guys, those are Fierce Battle units, okay? So there are plenty of them, or if you are playing the summon very soon, and you happen to get some of those guys, hold onto those guys. JP, this is a little thing for you to keep a hold of some of those SR units that have Fierce Battle if you don't have anyone that has Fierce Battle. I know it seems kind of weird that you'd be saying like, okay, who in his right mind does not have at least 1 Fierce Battle unit? But maybe there are certain types that you don't. So again, keep hold of some of those SR cards that do Dokkan Awaken to get Fierce Battle, and you should be good to go. Because all you have to do is literally bring them into an event, beat it, and then you get those medals. Again, the missions are all on DBZ Space. I'll do a separate video on that later, but just keep that in mind. So, but it looks like Vegeta Blue is finally coming to you guys global. It's great that you guys are getting it, so I'm really happy for you guys. Moving on over to the JP version of the game. Again, not much really happening this week aside from the Purunga missions. If you do not follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter right now. I update my Twitter page every day around 3 to 3:10 when the update comes, when we can get the next Dragon Ball. And I know I'm about a day off because we've already had Monday here. But basically, if you want to do a quick rehash of the missions for last week, essentially was this. The first Dragon Ball was go into the character screen and you touch where the numbers are, where it shows you your total number out of your total box space. When you hit that, it doesn't technically show you the button, but when you hit that, it will scroll you all the way down to the bottom of your box. That gets you the first Dragon Ball, okay? Second one is to use a Korin medal on any agility units. Just simply go in, tap the Korin medal, and hit Awaken. It won't fully awaken them, but the medal will be infused into the character, essentially, and that will get you the second Dragon Ball. Third Dragon Ball is using a mono team on pretty much any event. Bring a mono team, which is basically all physical, all strength, or whatever you happen to have. Go into an event, beat it. Third Dragon Ball unlocked. Fourth one is to finish the Hercule statue stage, where you simply can go in once a day. You go in, you get a bunch of Zenny from Hercule, you beat him, or you beat him in Videl, and you get a bunch of statues, especially if you bring the World Tournament character category cards. Doing that gives you obviously a lot of Zenny, and this also unlocks the fourth Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball number 5, you have to use over 50 act, or 50 stamina, I guess, if you're on global, but for JP, it's act. Okay, you simply go in, you use over 50 act, essentially, during doing Dokkan Fest events and things like that, and you will get the Dragon Ball, okay? One thing I'm going to quickly say when it comes to some of these Dragon Balls, though, that some of the animations won't show, and people are going to say, oh, I don't get it. If you have done it, or you believe you have done it, just go back to the Dragon Ball page and check to see if you got it. Sometimes the animations don't go through with this. The sixth one that I'm about to talk about real quick here, a lot of people saying it doesn't happen. The animation doesn't happen, including myself, it didn't. But guess what? It was still there. So make sure you keep that in mind, okay? Dragon Ball number 6 is to attempt to add yourself as a friend. This one is extremely easy and kind of funny at the same time. Basically what you do is you go into the friends list where you can go to add people, essentially. And when you try to type in the number, you can notice that your personal number is above it. Type in your own personal number, hit accept, and you'll see your name pop up. Hit add, and it's going to say, no, you cannot add yourself, and the Dragon Ball should appear. Again, this is one of those ones where the animation generally did not seem to appear for most people, so make sure you just go check the Dragon Ball page, essentially, and it will show you that, hey, you did get it, you did do it well, so just make sure you take that, okay? And finally, the last Dragon Ball is to awaken someone to Super or to Extreme. Now, this is Z Awaken. This is not Dokkan Awaken somebody. We all forget about the Z Awaken, but you remember, whenever you pull somebody JP, they're only either an SR or an SSR, and they are not awakened yet. They only are physical, tech, strength, whatever it might be. When you awaken them to that UR or to that SSR from the SR stage or anything like that, they get that either extreme kanji or that super kanji next to it, or I guess technically super or extreme lettering next to it if you're playing global. When you do that, when you have gotten somebody up to that stage of any character, doesn't matter who it is, then you will get your 7th Dragon Ball and the wishes can be granted, okay? The wishes are as stated from the last video, the one I did this last week, they're exactly the same. Top one is going to be orbs, second is going to be Grand Kais. Grand Kais again can only be used on certain types, so a strength Grand Kai can only be used on a strength character, and so on and so forth. Third is going to be the gems, and then basically the rest down are going to be medals and training items and Zenny and all that kind of stuff. So again, if you want to know the exact full list, go onto my Twitter or watch the video from last week. I tell you exactly what they are in that order, but I'm thinking most people probably go for those first 3, maybe for the medals and training items and stuff like that. I won't judge anyone for going for those. They are needed, of course, in order to do certain things, but again, like I said, those are the order. So yeah. Other than that though, for JP, we should be getting some kind of big update within the next 24 hours probably. I would not be surprised if it's at midnight Japan time now on Tuesday, or if it will be Wednesday Japan time. We're probably going to start seeing that part 2 of the year 3 celebration. I'm going to assume we're probably going to see some kind of world tournament. Maybe JP will finally get the TUR version for the LR Vegito Blue, only up to the TUR, of course. I could potentially see something where we also get some kind of double rates banner or something like that, or a Valentine's-like banner, because Valentine's Day is obviously coming up here in Japan and across the world. Maybe a couple other things are also going to be the EZA Awakening. I know people always get on me, why are you saying EZA Awakening? It's just easier to say. Basically, we're going to get the EZA for the Kid Gohan, though. Maybe we'll also get it for someone else, like Cell or Frieza or something like that. Not really sure. Some people are saying that we're probably also going to get something along the lines for the Namek Saga category or something like that. I don't personally see them doing that. I think we'll probably see something about that later on down the road, but not right now, because let's face it, they did the same thing with the Tournament of Power, where we got that free-to-play Goku, and that was it. Yeah, 30% to those guys, and it wasn't that big of a deal, so yeah. Either way, the category itself is not that big, so that's another reason I don't think we'll really see something just quite yet. Maybe after we get a few more cards, and then we get some updates, and then we'll eventually see that category. Maybe, just maybe, kind of hard to say, but it's kind of a lackluster category right now. It really is, unfortunately. So that's why I'm thinking we're not really going to see that just yet. So yeah. But other than that, though, there wasn't much else up in the information when it came to updating you guys for this past week. Like I said, this upcoming week, a lot of global stuff will be happening over time that I talked about, along with the Vegito Blue stuff that I will do in a separate video. And then obviously the JP stuff when it announces whatever part 2 is going to be. So yeah. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. Until next time, everyone, I will see you all in the next one.